It's time for Edtech Mondays, brought to you by MasterCard Foundation and CC Hub.
Technology can make learning truly inclusive, but only if access reaches every learner regardless of ability. In Nigeria's journey towards inclusive digital learning, access remains one of the biggest barriers, especially for learners with special needs. As we continue this month's conversation on harmonizing cross-sector policy for EdTech adoption, today I'm joined by teachers from two remarkable schools, Pacelli School for the Blind and Modupe Memorial Childcare and Treatment Home School, both of which are beneficiaries of the USPF's infrastructure interventions. We'll be discussing how improved connectivity, access to devices, and exposure to digital tools are improving learning experiences for learners with diverse abilities. Our first guest is a master's degree holder in educational psychology. She's also obtained a professional diploma in special needs education from the University of Lagos. Presently, she works with the Lagos State Government at the Modupe Memorial Childcare and Treatment Home School. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome with me Miss AbdulGafar Adebimpe Morufat. You're welcome, ma.
Thank you.
And our second guest is a passionate educator and advocate for inclusive education. He works at the Pacelli School for the Blind as a teacher, where he is dedicated to empowering students with visual impairments to reach their full potential. Please welcome with me Mr. Lawrence Ukwuegbu.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Mr. Lawrence. Great, we're going to go straight into our conversation today. And my first question, because I know a number of people might have heard about the names of your school or might not have heard about the names of your school. So we'll start by having you share a bit about your school and the type of learners that you support. Miss AbdulGafar, we'll start with you.
Okay, I'm from Modupe Childcare and Treatment Home School. In Modupe, we deals with children with intellectual and developmental disabilities. And there are various types of disability that's under IGG. We have the likes of cerebral palsy, Down syndrome, autism, hydrocephalus, microcephalus, and the likes. So in this kind of children that they have a little bit of deficiency in their brain. That is, their intellectual quotient is below average. You know, for a normal person is about 50 and above, but for these wonderful children of ours, it's below 50. That means they have problem assimilating academically. They cannot really assimilate like every regular persons. But notwithstanding, even some of them have a deficiency with their brains, but they are still good in other aspects. We have some of them that they are good with skills, even as much as they cannot use their brain that much, but they can use their hands. And we have some of them that uses their legs to do certain things on their own when people are not around to assist them. These are the kind of children that we deal with in Modupe.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing that. Mr. Lawrence, can you tell us a bit about your school and the type of learners that you support?
All right. I'm from Pacelli School for the Blind and Partially Sighted Children. So we basically take care of the blind mentally and physically. Mentally in the sense that we teach them. So we have staff that take care of the learning aspect of it. And we also have staff that take care of their physical needs. Like we all know, the blind needs help in terms of you giving them direction, telling them what and what to handle. So that's why we make use of both staff, the teaching staff and the non-teaching staff, to render our service to the blind.
Thank you very much, Mr. Lawrence. And now we'll go to a very important part of our conversation, which has to do with, access to digital infrastructure, connectivity, and digital learning tools. We know that your school is one of the schools that is a beneficiary of the USPF, intervention. So basically, there's connectivity and digital infrastructure being provided, but there's also a pilot that is happening with some digital learning tools. So just share with us a little bit about how this has improved, teaching and learning, or what benefit it has brought to teaching and learning in your school.
Okay. Yes, the program has really improved learning and teaching of both on the part of teachers and learners. You know, the learners, they have access to all these technology devices. We don't need to be at times when they are not even in school, when they are not even in classes, they have access to learning. They can do learning on their own. They can make some researches despite their of their disabilities. They have access to all these to the internet by themselves. Once they are just given a topic, they can just go, due to the fact that USPF has really laid the foundation in our school. And also on the part of the teachers, we have access to all these gadgets that really make us to go on research on whatever we want to do, what we want to teach the students. We have access to it. It has really, and then also, it has really exposed our learners to what is happening all around the world. You know, without this, they won't know. They won't know what is happening out there. So, you know, most of them are, they stay in the hostels. So, but with these gadgets, they are at their disposal. They have access to what is going all around. They are learning and has really improved to a great extent. And even to our school, no, it's not the usual thing anymore. So it has really exposed the school and then it's all good.
Thank you very much, Miss AbdulGafar.
All right, so I would like to make visible again the use of technology in the school. We know this provision of these technologies are not really cheap, they're quite expensive. So we have to appreciate the people that have made these provisions, first of all. And secondly, the blind are the people who learn with two senses. And that's the sense of hearing and the sense of feeling. So in the sense of hearing, the computer system has really given them great help in the sense that it speaks to their ears before they can operate whatever you want them to. Like if they handle the keyboard on the computer system, they get to hear directions from the system telling them what and what to the key to what to tap in order to what get whatever information they require. Secondly, that's also the sense of feeling, how they learn through the sense of feeling. We have a technology machine called the Braille machine and the thermophone. So when they use this, the teacher make use of them in the sense that the teacher will make an embossment for them through these machines so that they could feel it with their fingers. It's only when they will know the information that is being passed to them. You know, images can transcend from just alphabet to a higher level of shape you want them to identify. So I think this is basically how we have made learning more basic for the blind and partially sighted children in our school. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Lawrence. I think with what both of you have shared, access, connectivity, technology, digital infrastructure can benefit teaching and learning in schools such as yours. And so I'm curious to hear from your perspective, what type of, solutions, if, there's so many people listening, so many stakeholders who are building digital learning tools, what type of digital learning tools, do you believe can further improve teaching and learning for the specific learners and teachers in your schools? Are there any specific types that you want to share that you think if we had this type of solutions, it will go a long way in, making things easier for our students or making things easier for the teachers?
So what I would say is they should have something that will make them have access to classes. That is it is electric wheelchair that will make it easier, even without anybody assisting them. They can come to class on their own. That is, because if they don't come to class, fine, they can learn but they still need to be in the four walls of the classroom. So I'll say, the electric wheelchair, number one. Then number two, there are some tabs necessary for the kind of student that we deal with, that their kind of syllabus, their kind of whatever technology they want to provide for them should be simplified. They should not categorize what they will give a regular person. to somebody that is having intellectual and developmental disability. So their own kind of whatever should be simplified and break down to the level that they will understand very well. Not that, oh, everything, oh, like they are making a provision for everybody. They will not just consider some certain persons that, okay, everything will just be general. No, it shouldn't be for persons with intellectual and developmental disability. Their own kind of thing should be simplified in a way that they will understand at their own level.
Thank you very much for sharing, Miss AbdulGafar. Now, I'll zoom in a little bit more on what you shared. And often in the edtech space, there's always the conversation about ensuring that there's co-design, that these solutions are built in partnership, with those who would use it and taking into consideration their, unique context. And so if I'm hearing you very clearly, what you're saying is for the curriculum and content and resources for learners, in a school like Modupe Core, we need to ensure that it's tailored to their specific needs. You talked also about some of these learners, learning certain skills. So beyond the traditional curriculum, if, we're helping them to learn skills, how can we create content and resources that makes it easy, taking into consideration their unique context? I think that's a very powerful one that you've mentioned there. That's amplifying the need for co-design and ensuring that we have a lot more inclusive solutions that take into consideration their unique context. Thank you for sharing. Mr. Lawrence, on your end, what would you say?
All right, to start with, I would like to say the blind are the people who very much need. They are people of special need, like we all know. So we are looking at its support from technology that will assist them in learning in and out of the presence of the teachers or those who are assigned to take care of them. So we are looking at the technology that will come and serve this purpose for them. We know technology has made a tremendous progress, and it will not be enough if the blind are not supported with the progress or not making progress with technology. So I think if there will be any speech device that will help them so that whatever they want to do, the device will speak into their hearing and they will be able to navigate from that point to get anything they want done for themselves. So I think this will go a long way if we actually find a technological support that will help them to this level of need that they require. I think that's just what I have to say.
A key thing there is how do we make sure that digital learning solutions that are provided to, blind and partially sighted children enable them, amplify their own learning agency. So in such a way that they can learn whether or not they have teachers around them, and that they're able to basically engage with these resources effectively, and it helps them to learn. Thank you so much for sharing that. And our last question, on this conversation, as much as there is there's provision of, digital resources and connectivity in the classroom, our last episode, one of the key things that came out was that access doesn't necessarily mean usage. So the fact that the technology is in the school doesn't necessarily mean that that will be effectively used. And so my question is, are there still barriers, to using this technology, even though it is available in the school? Are there still barriers to effectively using it? What would you say these barriers are, and what further support is required to be able to, address these barriers so that we're able to truly unlock the value that technology can create in driving inclusive education?
Okay, basically I would say that though the gadgets are available, but there are still barriers. Number one, we have this demon in Nigeria. We have the issue of epileptic power supply. Without power, I don't think we can even do what we are doing at the moment. So the gadgets are there. In fact, in my school, we have a room, ICT room. But if there is no light, we can access these devices. Number two, technical know-how. It's not sometimes available. Fine, the gadget is lying following there. But who has to take charge of it? Who has to teach the necessary people? So we need to employ maybe the government or the NGOs can come in to employ capable hands, people who are they have the knowledge to come and impart in these and having access to these tools. Then secondly, I would say unemployment. Okay, like I said, unemployment is one of it. Electric power, lack of electricity. I think that's all.
Now, thank you. Thank you. I think that what you shared is really important because not just even for solutions in schools, that focus on special needs children, even in, normal schools, as you may say, it's very important digital literacy skills and the technical know-how. So there's a need for that continuous support, right, to teachers to be able to effectively use these tools that have been provided. Mr. Lawrence, from your end?
All right, so I heard you clearly that one can have these gadgets and it's available, but the use of it is nothing to write home about. Now, this I think it's a problem of proper funding. Like in every gadget, in any technological advancement you experience within your space, there's need for users education. And users education are those who actually put you right in the use of these gadgets. So if these people are not empowered financially and they are not empowered in terms of sound knowledge, like teachings, there's no way the people they are delivering the knowledge to will be as sound like we want them to be. So sometimes you notice these gadgets in schools, they will be there and they will be broken, but there's no way to fix or repair them, and nobody cares in the sense that the people that are supposed to take care of these children who needs these lessons are not well funded. So everything just collapsed like that. So I think in that aspect, if we want to make sure there's continuous learning and progress in that, there should be proper funding and proper care to those who discharge these lessons to those who really need it.
I know I said that was the last question, but just one final question. And I'm very curious, do you truly believe that technology can make a difference in teaching and learning and the development of the children that you work with? And why do you believe this?
Yes, it is. In fact, it is already doing so. When you look at the world right now, technology has really, really improved a lot of things in the likes of persons with intellectual and developmental disability. It has really helped them a great deal in having access to whatever they want to know, whatever they want to, in terms of academics. They have access to it already. It has really improved them in terms of their mobility. It is really, really proving a great difference in the lives of. I strongly believe in it. In fact, I'm a beneficiary of these because I'm visually impaired myself. So it has really, really helped even me myself. So and the likes of students that I would take in Modupe, it has really improved teaching and learning a great deal.
Thank you so much, Miss AbdulGafar. Lawrence?
Of course, the use of technology in our society cannot be overemphasized in the sense that we all know and we are well aware of the progress it's making, even outside of those who are in special need of it. Every other person's, whether disabled or non-disabled persons, they make use of technology and they can attest to how much it makes them be intelligent enough and knowledgeable enough to know what's happening around them. So I think the more we make use of technology, the more we grow in learning. So it's something that we should encourage ourselves to always imbibe the knowledge we gain from technology because it's always there. It's not going out anytime soon. It's always there. In as much as there is life, I believe there's technology. So if we are not gaining any knowledge from technology, we have ourselves to blame. So I think we should embrace it like we embrace the air and every other thing that keeps us alive.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you so much, Mr. Lawrence. So, as you have heard, our guests today have shown that inclusive digital learning is not just about access, it's about empowerment. With continued investment, collaboration, and innovation, we can build an education system where every child, regardless of ability, can learn, thrive, and dream without limits. Share your thoughts with us via SMS or WhatsApp at 0703 165 0809 or call 0706 402 0742. Remember, you can continue this discussion on our WhatsApp and Telegram channels, Edtech Mondays Nigeria, and don't forget, past episodes are always available on Spotify, Edtech Mondays Nigeria, and YouTube, CC Hub Africa. Thank you so much. Bye for now.
It's time for EdTech Mondays, brought to you by MasterCard Foundation and CC Hub.